Oh man, it was fun. Just got to spend time with the family. Had Bill and Bobby up there with me, Coach Leach for it. Man, it was a really humbling experience, but it was also a lot of fun. Going around, meeting all these new guys, and just kind of taking it all in.
You're really that much of an expert when it comes to aquatic sharks and fish and all that stuff.
No, so we got in kind of early, so I went ahead and went to the aquarium that morning. So I was there for like 2 hours just learning because I knew I was going to end up coming back. So yeah, I was just trying to impress everybody.
Bill and Bobby told us you're somewhat of an expert when it comes to the best places to go in Atlanta. So where all did you take them while you were down there?
I don't know. I think we just went to one place, Ted's Montana Grill. It was pretty good. Got me a good steak there. We went to Roost Chris after the show. That was good as always. But no, we had a good time just kind of exploring downtown Atlanta.
Does it feel good to be back in your own bed and not be living out of airports and hotels, basically?
Oh man, it was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm just glad to be back with the guys, back to practice, get back in routine a little bit.
Speaking of practice, how exciting is it to be back out there and turning your guys' full focus on Iowa State?
Yeah, very good. It feels good because we had a little time off to kind of recharge a little bit, and we're out there with a lot of energy right now. Everybody's fired up, ready to go. Right now we're just kind of working on ourselves, and as it goes on, we'll turn towards Iowa State and really hone in on them.
How many days did you go without throwing the football during the layoff?
Ooh, I think it was a couple weeks. So that was really nice. First day I came back, I was surprised myself a little bit with how good it felt.
Can you tell the toll of being an area quarterback kind of took on you the whole season, throwing balls every day, 12 games? Can you kind of feel that after a full season?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'll tell you, man, our strength staff and our training staff, they did such a good job with me this year, just keeping me fresh as possible. And then, the coaches, just kind of taking some of the load off some of the weekdays.
Not to date you and make you feel old, but with it being your last game coming up pretty soon, we're going to have to turn our attention to Cameron and Trey and Anthony and the other two guys as well. Can you just tell me a little bit about what you've seen from those three in particular throughout these first couple bowl practices and then throughout the season as well?
Yeah, Trey and Gordo, they've been kind of splitting the other, 1 and 2 reps during the fall. They've been doing a great job. And I think the biggest thing is just going who's going to really take control, win the team. And that's one thing I've always said is, the team selects a starter. The coaches don't select it. It kind of works itself out. And I'm excited, any of those guys I know can come in and do a great job. So I can't wait to, come back and watch those guys.
And on the radio last week, you talked about how excited you are to go play down there in the Alamo Bowl. It's a pretty high-profile bowl game. What are you most looking forward to about that experience?
I don't know. It's my first ever bowl game, so I'm just looking forward to taking it all in. It's the first game we've had that I could have people back home drive to, so I got a bunch of people coming down. Really excited to play in front of them. And I'm just looking forward to the game. Iowa State, they present a lot of challenges, very good, especially on defense. So, man, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Do you expect to have more people driving to the Senior Bowl right there in Alabama?
Oh, yeah. No, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that, but, that'll come when it comes,
I asked Andre the same question, just with more and more potential NFL players, it seems like sitting out the bowl game in preparation to prepare for the draft. Just what are your thoughts on that trend as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, they can make that decision. It's something that would never cross my mind. You got guys that, all around you that fight their tails off for you all year. And, I feel like you owe it to them. You owe it to them, the coaches, the fans, to go out and give it your all one last time. And that's another thing. It's your last time to ever play with these guys. I couldn't imagine, I'd do anything for just, one more game, one more play. So to forfeit that on your own choice, that's something I just couldn't imagine doing.
You're on the radio, I think, last week and said people kind of need to stop pouting about not playing in a New Year's Six game. Did you feel like that was a message that fans and maybe some of your teammates need to hear too?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if we win the Pac-12, we go to the Rose Bowl. If not, we let other people choose. So at the end of the day, we forfeited our control of our own destiny. So we are where we are. We're going to a great bowl game against a really good team. So, we got to turn our focus to that, quit pouting, and just get back to work.
Have you kind of seen that happen in the last few days? Or?
Yeah, I think so. We've been bouncing around at practice, a lot of energy out there. So I think we're, all in, ready to go.
For you in the season that you've had and for these seniors, how important is it to, give it your all I know you guys will, but how important is it to just leave everything out on the field in this Alamo Bowl?
Yeah, we got a lot to play for. I think, you know, that win number 11 is something that's huge in all our minds, and these seniors especially have had such an impact on the program, you know, from where it was when they got here to where it is now. And for them to end it as, you know, the winningest team in school history, that's something we can all take a lot of pride in, and something we really want to do for them.
You got to spend a lot of time with Kyler and Tua and Will. What was the most interesting thing you learned about one of those guys last week?
I don't know, man. They were all great dudes. You know, that's one thing I say. You know, everybody sees these guys. You know, their jersey number and you know, and a helmet. But you know, they're guys. You know, so it was good just to catch up with them. You know, see what you know, kind of compare experiences, and you know, just go through all that with them.
Gardner, are you much enough of a football historian to be familiar with Johnny Unitas and maybe your thoughts on winning that award?
Yeah, no, it was a huge honor. That was one thing I was saying is the first time I remember hearing about Johnny Unitas was when Drew Brees broke his record for most consecutive games with a touchdown pass. That's why I was just like, you know, he's kind of the hero to all my heroes, and he was the, you know, quarterback that everybody was compared to coming up. You know, if you're, that was always kind of the measuring stick. You know, whether you stacked up to Johnny Unitas. So to win that award, to meet his family, man, that was an incredible experience.
You guys got the new Papa Shot basketball game in there. Who's been the king of that so far?
Ooh, Brandon Arconato gave it to me pretty good in that. I think Kyle Sweet's saying he's undefeated. You never know. You know, you have to go check it out for yourself. I got no clue.
Guys good with Gardner?
Yeah.